Hey everyone, welcome to Bite-Sized Crypto. In today's episode, I'm going to look at the economic situation in Zimbabwe and how crypto can help with the problems there. Zimbabwe is a country located in the southeast of the African continent, which is notoriously known for experiencing decades of high inflation and even hyperinflation. But why is that? Here is a quick rundown of what happened. So, in the early 1990s, the country implemented a series of disastrous economic reforms which had an extremely negative effect on the country's economy. A poorly executed land reform caused a sharp drop in food production and in other sectors. And as a result, prices of food and other goods soared, and unemployment rate reached a shocking 80%. At the same time, the country also printed excessive money in large quantities to fund military involvements in other countries. They also printed more money to combat its rapid devaluation. So this was a completely insane move that did nothing but increase the speed of how fast the currency lost value. And as a result, inflation went into overdrive. In 2008, official inflation was quoted at 2.2 million%. Let that number sink in for a moment. It was so bad that teller machines in banks froze up because they couldn't display so many zeros. And as a consequence, Zimbabwe introduced the US dollar and other currencies as legal tender. This measure worked, prices stabilized and consumer confidence returned. However, things would go bad again. In 2019, the government reintroduced the local currency, now renamed as Zimbabwean dollar. They did this because there was a shortage in US dollars in the country because they weren't producing enough goods they could sell to foreign countries. And with this, inflation came back and reached over 250% in 2022. So why did hyperinflation came back in Zimbabwe? There are several factors that contributed to this. Number one, there was a serious drought in 2019 which caused shortages of food and other commodities in the country. Number two, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the economy got worse. A main reason for that was that global supply chains broke down. A recent example for this is the war in Ukraine, which affects the import of wheat and fertilizers. And all of these above-mentioned factors caused shortages of food and other necessities, which led to the prices being pushed up. This is what is called a supply-side inflation. And it cannot be solved by increasing interest rates and using a stable currency such as the US dollar. It can only be solved by increasing the supply of goods that are needed. This is a very important point that many people keep on missing. So what does it mean for the people of Zimbabwe? As described above, money depreciates very fast. So from one day to the next, the price of a bag of rice doubles or triples. Securing enough food and other necessities becomes a real challenge. No money can be taken out from the bank, cash withdrawals are limited. There is no way to earn interest on the money you save. And people are constantly worried their confidence in the local economy and the local financial system. And all of this is a very, very bad mixture that kills economic progress. So how can crypto help the people of Zimbabwe? Even though they are very volatile, large-cap cryptos such as Bitcoin can preserve value better than the Zimbabwean local currency can. Cryptos are also easy to store and transfer. People can use mobile phones to do transactions, and they do not have to rely on banks. Using cryptos, people can also earn interest on the money they save with some apps or online staking. And finally, cryptocurrencies are owned by the private key holder. Users do not need to worry about the government, banks, or other institutions doing something that will cause them to lose their money. However, there are also some things that crypto cannot help with. As I said before, the inflation we see in Zimbabwe is caused by shortages of goods. A sound economy needs to produce values such as food, other goods, and services. And this will provide employment to people, and through work people can earn income and thus can spend money to support the businesses in the country. So crypto can make transactions easier and provide convenience and security to businesses and users. But if there is no sound economy cycle in the country, it does not matter if the legal tender is the US dollar, all gold, or Bitcoin, there is no stop to inflation. And with this, we're at the end of today's video. If you enjoyed watching and would like more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and see you in the next video.